My name is Wonderful, and it's been awesome. So awesome to have you here since 6 a.m. with Val the Motivator, always giving us a weekly dose of energy. Honestly, today was awesome. I hope you tuned in. My name is Wonderful once again, and welcome to Relationship 360, where we talk everything relationship and we do not leave any stone unturned. I'm so sorry I wasn't around last week, but I'm here, and I hope you accept my apology. Well, as usual, I'm never alone in the studio at this time. I have with me the purple husband, an amazing friend, an awesome brother to his siblings, and a sweet dad to his children. Barcelona, how are you doing today?
Wondy, welcome back.
Thank you.
Your introduction is always after this one. Thank you very much. Awesome to see you.
It's awesome to see you too.
Looking very pretty this morning.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And good morning to our fans
Yeah.
who's tuning in again to Relationship 360 all over the world. Our listeners, we really appreciate you and do not take you for granted. So, last week we treated hobosexuality and the fallacy of virginity. Now, hobosexuality is HOBO, separate from homosexuality. So, this is hobosexuality. Now, to get it right, there was so much feedback both on this and the fallacy of virginity that it has become important to have a part 2 of that discussion today. Let me go back to the hobosexual and then expand on it. It seems a lot have been slayed by this phenomenon unconsciously. Now, the word hobosexual is a slang term for someone who enters a relationship or stays in a relationship mainly to secure housing, to stay, to find an accommodation. So I'm with you because I can stay in your house. The word combines two words, hobo, which means a person without a permanent home, and sexual, highlighting the relationship in its practical nature. So hobo, a homeless person; sexual, meaning the relationship with a homeless person. Now, it's a recent American slang that came into prominence in the late 1970s and early 1980s when there was an increase in the number of people facing homelessness, and they began targeting vulnerable singles in bars and nightclubs. So the signs and identities of the homosexual are: one, they don't have a fixed address. When asked to give their address, their response is either vague, I stay with my uncle, there's no address. Number two, they never go home. They cling to your place with a stubbornness that borders on anger and indignation when they are told to leave. That is when you tell them how they go to your house, they get a bit upset about it. Number three, they do not contribute. Homosexuals neither pay rent nor lift a finger for utilities and chores. Number four, they rarely hold a steady job. They are jacks, or they say jack of all trades. Now, homosexuals basically and mainly refer to the men. When they say homosexual, refers mainly to men who enter romantic relationships with women mainly for housing. It has now evolved to housing and financing. Originally, it meant men who target women for housing, to stay with them in their house because they have no accommodation. So they come to visit you firstly, and then they refuse to leave. They do so stubbornly. They would not leave and claim the relationship with you as down payment for rent. Some of you women would even get pregnant for a homosexual, and some even get married, like the lady last week who met a man on her way from work, and the man greeted her, exchanged numbers, and said he would come and greet her. The day he came to greet her, he refused to leave. And the woman, took it a bit lightly, said she had a discussion with him about leaving, and he refused. Eventually, something romantic started. She got pregnant for him, and they got married. Now she wants out of the marriage because everything is on her head, and he has become abusive. A man is with you because of housing and finances. If you get married, it was a union of convenience for them. During the relationship, this is some of the things that will happen. They would use your car to drop you off at work, then use your car throughout the day, then come back to pick you up when you close. But you are the one buying fuel in your car. They will eat your food and occasionally even cook for you. But the food is what you bought with your own money. They do not contribute financially. Some call them couch surfers, who start with sleeping on your couch in your house. Till then, they build a romantic relationship with you, and then once that starts, they don't leave again. Ladies and gentlemen, they are with you because of what they can get from you, not because of love. The moment they get a better offer, the moment anything happens, they can leave, because you were only a tool, an instrument in their box, and it is not love. It is not love. Women in particular who have men sleeping in their houses that have now upgraded to become a romantic relationship, please be very careful when you invite men to your house, and then they now ask that maybe they go, and in the evening they come back. They are just there. They are now permanently resident in your house. And a relationship has now evolved. You have to understand that they are with you for your housing, for your finances.
So will you call the relationship between late Mrs. Adorno and her husband a homosexual relationship?
Well, he didn't have anything. She had the house.
Yes.
She
was the breadwinner of the family.
He never worked a day. Funny, thank you for that connection. He never worked a day in their marriage. She was the one that fed him, and eventually he was the one that killed her, the late Mrs. Ojo. However, now I want to, there is a brief deviation in the word homosexual. The origin of the word refers to men. However, practically it has evolved, and what a man can do, a woman can do better. Let me talk to the men now. A lot of women also have moved into the house of men under the guise of friendship. Then eventually you are sleeping with them, and the moment you become sexual with them, they stay. They are simply with you because they have no accommodation as well. How did they start? One visit, and they asked to stay over the night. Their sister traveled, their uncle is making their lives miserable, or their house, something has happened to the house, and they had to stay some extra days. Now, during those extra days that they are staying, something romantic will happen. It will be called sexual intercourse. Not because you like her, but it was available. She made it available to you. And then the moment you slept with her, she stays. She no longer goes. 2 weeks after, she tells you she's feeling somehow. And that is how some people have gotten pregnant. Then they ask you that I can't have this, I have to take it out. Then you cannot drive them away. That is how a lot of people have gotten into trouble, especially men. Because of the women you are allowed to stay. They were with you because they also have no accommodation. At times you will go out, they cooked for you, and it felt good when you came back to meet a meal, but it was your money, it was your kitchen. At times, you come back, they have arranged the house, so it felt good having somebody to take care of the house. But an inexperienced man will allow that to continue because of the advantage you think you have. Now the homosexual for men is now very dangerous. Is more dangerous than that of women. Why? Because the moment you now tell them they must leave, they threaten you with rape. They will tell that you raped them. Some of them will get pregnant for you. They would say so, and now you can no longer chase them out because they will scream. We have had several cases where, in fact, the last one I had was about 2 years ago. I did not know the term homosexual, but the man, to get her out of the house, started bringing other women into the house to sleep with in the same house. And this offended this girl, who now eventually came to the state CID to report that this man raped her. I was now called, and when I got there, the man was swearing because he was arrested. Once they hear rape. What saved him was that he had a video. He had cameras in his house, which the lady did not know. In fact, he installed the cameras by mistake. It was when he had no proof. The girl was crying, and the girl came in from the US, so she had an accent which made everybody believe her. She had tattoos. The first thing I noticed about her was the tattoo. And the man was like, okay. I now asked, when did the rape happen? She mentioned about, it was over a month ago. Why did you not report? She said, he threatened her. I said, okay, so you go out, you come back in. Yes, she said she's a businesswoman. She goes out. And when you went out, why did you not leave? It's not as if he locked you in. That was when she started saying, I said, you kept going back to the place that you were raped, and you kept sleeping for over a month. Now, I was to, when they say rape, they reached out to me to help. But when I started asking questions, I found that this was not, until the guy was calling people, and the man that installed the camera said, but we are testing cameras in your house now. And then he remembered, and then they downloaded. My God, what we saw. The girl actually said, I will deal with you, that you want to embarrass me by bringing women in. She said everything, and the man said, I've been telling you to leave, but you refuse to leave. You've been threatening. We saw it live. The officer in charge was so mad, said, lock this woman up. Oh God saved your life because of the cameras.
Yes.
And what happened? They met. She said she was a lawyer, and with the phone and the everything, she just came into the country and saw this guy who was doing well, and they met, and eventually she said she called that, okay, she came to do something around the island because he lived around there, that could she just put up with you? She doesn't have. The guy said, no problem, that he has an extra room, and that was how it started. One night, the girl just came into his room, said that she was missing somebody, and when the guy started talking, for men, it is very dangerous. God, how many minutes do we have?
About 7 or 7.
7 minutes. Hey, would this be enough? Last week, when I finished the topic of, a gentleman called me. Let me see if I can just play 5 minutes. Let me just see if I can play 5 minutes. Listen to this.
My entire house was on emotion as I was going from my dad's family. So everybody came down. She was the only one there. And she waited for me till I finished doing my fire. So I dropped her in Gravy where she and I said, she paid me 600 instead of 500. I was like, Mama, thank you for being present all this while like I can even be just rather everybody just something that she does that she will go to for the fact that nobody says I said, okay, well, will you give me a number so I said when I get to my will tell you that you talk to them here about or indeed the accused number. So therefore I managed to go when I saw her. And she was like, you get to meet a man, no. But the truth is that the night she came to me, he left her and he went down. And unfortunately, the man also married and the man has baby to the night. She overheard man's children calling the man. So therefore, that she's born to, that can I come and carry her, like, can I come and get her and bear her? I told my friend that, look at what I saw in my work today. My friend said, oh, that's nice. Okay, let's go and do that. I will now to bring this and we take her to our place in Lancaster. We take her my friend told me, let's go to that place. She's an event. Let's take out. I said, okay, fine. I managed to finish a bottle of water and let me come here and say, I am a small boy. She ordered for a plastic of the action meter. So, I said, what my action meter? You just want that I love you. I mean, I said, maybe that was so, after all, she said, it's like already another. Then I was like, please, after 10, so, can we just let it through to the road, like, in the morning I go. I told my friend, I just said, okay, that's okay, let's go. We went, a same man to woman, three months from the food. So, the next morning, when I don't have the own food, I asked her if she's not going to sleep. She said that she had hope. And so she just came for the weekend with that man. She still her hope. I left her and went to work. For me to come back to work, she refused to eat. Like, everything is not over the week that she refused to eat. And the most is this, no matter when night comes, we will do something that men and women need to do. Only for me to realize after like 2 or 3 weeks, she started developing symptoms and saying she's pregnant. My friend started telling me that this was a different thing like this, like something is wrong. Immediately I said, let's go to pharmacy to check. She said, okay, I do not have time. Wow.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I know you want to hear gist. She got pregnant. However, she now used that to stay in his house. She refused to leave. And the man, a man saying, maybe, we have, okay, you can, it started, it was supposed to be a night. It became 2.
1 week.
It became, you should have known there was something wrong. And the moment, you see, it is better you pick up a woman than a woman coming to meet you herself. But men, you have to know where to draw the line. Now she got pregnant. And I asked, because she came from another man's house. And then he found that, she was in that business. She had several men. But the pregnancy, she was like, it was in your house. So it's only a DNA that can, but the man, when she said, what should we do? The man, thinking it was a noble thing, said, no, don't get rid of it to give birth. Now took her to his mother's house in the village. So the girl went to give birth in the man's village, and that was where his life. Unfortunately, his sister died on this matter. I'm telling you, he lost his sister. I can't play the whole thing,
Yes.
but those in my network know the story. And he's trapped to today. He can't even find the girl, he can't find the child. His life went upside down the moment this girl that he met, that paid 600 naira instead of 500 naira, that was it though. That he collected number to call her to greet. He's a keke napep driver on the island. I was so upset when I heard it. It happens to men. How many minutes do we have? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, for men it is more severe. For women, it is more of emotional, would I call it foolishness? A man should not insist on living in your house. They are with you because they have nowhere to go. For the man, the woman also has nowhere to go and uses sex as a down payment for rent. Now, this morning I was really meditating, and there's a story. But if I share this story with you, it means I would have gone naked before everybody. That is something I've not told anyone. And I was seriously contemplating it, and
I think you share the story when we come back from this break. We have to pay a few bills. So when we come back,
who told you I would share this?
you have to share that story. You've already given us the ginger, so you have to share that story. You have to share it too.
Bye-bye.
You know, you're the one that said that we like gist already, so you know you have to share that story. So when we come back, we're still on Relationship 360. Do not touch that dial. And we are back like we never left. And if we don't get you talking, trust me, what are we doing now? My name is Wonderful, and this is another beautiful edition of Relationship 360. If you are just joining us, welcome. You have missed a lot of gist, Sha, but we'll try to fill you in. Right, so let me know you're about to share a beautiful story with us. No, you have to share that story. Before we went on the break, Barcelona was saying, good. Barcelona, you have to share that story. Anyways, this person says, good morning, Barcelona and Wondy. Some people are trying, this is the reason why we keep having STI and HIV and sickle cell disorder.
What is it?
Well, like you mentioned, the sex was impromptu. The child was enforced on the man. So they didn't even have any opportunity to do any tests, to run any tests to know even if they're compatible and all that kind of stuff. So,
okay.
Story.
No one just sent me a message that be careful though, the internet never forgets.
True.
This happened about 16 years ago. I knew a lady then who was, we met in my area. She was a manager somewhere, and we were very cordial. And at that time, it was getting close to the time I was trying to sort out my accommodation, my house. And she, one night, called me. We're very cordial. And she said she had gone to do a fumigation job somewhere in Chomolu, and they were just finishing because some things happened, and it was getting to past 9:10, and she lives in Ajah but comes to the mainland, and like with all her equipment, she can't really take her that night. That would she drop them at my place, then she will come back. I said, no problem. I was staying at a three bedroom, and that night I was leaving for a bachelor's eve. So I said, okay, when she gets there, I would have told the people in the compound she can drop them. And she said bachelor's eve where at that time it was Ozone. And I think it was about, 13 years ago? Between 10, 11 and, yeah. So, I left with my closest friend, we went for the batch eve. And around to 12 midnight, she pops up at the battery because where I mentioned where it was going to be, and I was like, then she knew somebody there. So eventually, when we were leaving around 2 a.m., it wasn't far from my place. I got home. She came with us. I had 3 rooms, so I just slept. I was tired. And at night, I just noticed someone beside me on my bed, and I said, I was very tired. Then, before I knew, she tapped me and said, she wants to talk to me. And I said, can we talk tomorrow? I can barely hear. And she now started saying no, that she wants to get it off her chest tonight. And then she started that she had liked me from a distance before. She didn't know how to. And I said, I am sleepy, and I think you've had too much to drink. I remember I said that because she had a lot to drink. And eventually she went back into the room. I heard the door close. I was sleeping. And then I felt that somebody was on my bed again. So in the morning, I now asked her because I woke up alone on the bed. I was really exhausted. So I said, you came back to the room. She said she heard my voice, so she thought I had woken up. So the second day, she didn't go. No, she left, then came back the third day. Then she didn't leave. But I had known her, I didn't really I didn't know all these things then. So then each time, maybe I'm having my bath, she would just walk in. Maybe I would come back, I would meet her sweeping the floor, and she would say she's leaving. But that leaving, she would come back in the evening. And, she was just there. She would unclad herself, like wear a wrapper, that she wants to quickly have a bath. So I was like, when would you pack this, when are you, after a week, I said, this is your equipment that you put here. Eventually, she was like, she has another job. But she started coming around. I would come back. I would see that she had cooked something. Eventually, my friend was now like, they find wife. No be wife with this. And I wasn't really attracted to her like that. So eventually, one day, I don't know what happened though, but it happened. And after that, next day like this, I just saw cooking gas. She was just moving her stuff. Big gas cylinder, everything. And a week after, she said she's feeling somehow, that she knows her body. Next thing, I hear she's pregnant. Next thing, she comes with scan. She went to check, scan. Next thing, she just went across the road. My mother was living there. She just went to, I told her that, you know what, I'm not having any of this. What do you mean? She said, that night, if I remember, that we were this, that. I was thinking that I don't drink to drunkenness. I barely drink now. So under what influence? And that's how she went to meet my mother, to tell my mother that she's pregnant for me. My mother that has been waiting for me to get married for she just took it that
Praise the
next
Lord.
thing they called my sisters, everybody. And I said I have nothing to do with it. This girl, it became a fight. They took her to the hospital. She now said she has been staying in my house. She just used that. What am I saying? That this, that. I looked at her, I said, Chioma.
Her name is Chioma.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes, and there are 1 billion Chiomas in Nigeria, more than the population of Nigeria. So you can't know which one. But I looked, I said, yeah. So I got so mad that so I now remembered she had used my phone to call her uncle before, because her uncle was not picking her call. One time she was saying she now used my phone. So I now I started scrolling through call logs and everything. So I would call this number until I got the number. I now said, hello sir, am I speaking with Chioma's uncle? I mentioned he said yes. He said, very good. I now introduced myself. I now told him, I was begging him that look at what happened to this, that. The man said, Choma, that they've been looking for. That she's pregnant for one man here and she ran away. My head just spun like this. I said, Uncle, please, can he come to this area or should I come? The uncle said, is she there? I said, she's there. I said, I shouldn't tell her. The uncle now came. I made sure my mom, all those people that were supporting her, but then when the uncle now came, he was very elderly. He couldn't come where my mom was a bit late, so I put it on speaker. The man said a lot of things. Her father is a pastor, and that the mother had developed high blood pressure. That was what saved me. When the girl heard, she first of all ran. But her load was in my house. It was not funny. It was not funny. So one of our friends came. The friend now said, Olumide, you know that you're an eligible bachelor and anybody will do anything to, I said, to destroy my life. Turn my family, and since that turned my family against me, as in, we're three. I'm the last. I have two older siblings, and there's one pattern that my older siblings, the first is about 3 years older than me, the second is about almost 2 years older than me. They tend to follow what people say. So after that incident, it's about 12 years ago, that was the last time I spoke to any of my siblings. That was the last time, because I couldn't believe it was just the peak of always taking people's side against me. Since that day, even men don't come. If you say you are coming to me, I say we will meet outside. Do you understand? I know somebody who is in prison because he accommodated. I know a woman who is dead because she accommodated somebody like that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is very serious. Hobosexualism. People that are with you, number one, for accommodation. Number two, for finances. When they come to your house, leave is leave. If they do not leave, you better do a video, especially those of you that accommodate women that will now say you rape them. You do a video. Don't let them know that you are running the video. Tell them to leave. They will threaten you, so you capture the threat there. No random sex with these people, because that will be the down payment. They can no longer go again. They are desperate. They will do anything to stay in your house. Anything. So ladies and gentlemen, Biko, it will be very funny if after sharing my own story with you, it now happens to you, and you now call me and you are telling me. That day I would almost curse somebody. That if I will go naked so that you will be clothed with my knowledge, so that my knowledge will clothe you. You now allow my own nakedness to become your own nakedness. That means you are absolutely crazy. This must not happen to you. Leave is leave. That day is that day. They must, or you go and call the police. Mm-hmm. You must make sure you lose all form of composure. Let madness meet madness, because your life depends on it. And no random, let me sleep over you. Be careful. Once, let's say you people are even close, is another thing. But once, okay, 24 hours is 24 hours, you must leave. It is now when that person is supposed to leave, they now start telling you of romantic things. I've been looking at you one day, and my heart do jiggy like railway. And that's it for homosexualism. Be careful, beware. Secondly, we talked about the fallacy of virginity, and that is where my head was spinning when I was getting messages from, in fact, several, some were saying sexual purity is very important. And I look at it and I say, what do you mean by sexual purity? You think virginity makes you pure and holy? Ephesians 2:8 tells you, for it is by grace that we are saved, not by works. Your virginity does not mean you will go to heaven now. I am against sexual immorality. That is just sleeping immorally with people. But if you are not a virgin, and some people start guilt tripping you, the other time I was told that the strength of your marriage would be by the virginity of your spouse. For those who have useless themselves, listen, some of these people had only been with one man throughout. Some were even destined to be married, as in they were, until they were jilted. So if they were intimate with that person, you now just term them as if they have been runs girls sleeping up and down. And the man that thinks that virginity is key, are you a virgin yourself? How can an impure salt water looking for fresh water to merge? You know that salt water and fresh water cannot come from the same source. So you cannot be salt water looking for fresh water. You cannot be fresh water looking. But funny enough, we did a poll. Do you know that about 42% of men want to marry virgins? 98% of women don't want to marry virgins. So it's funny how the women don't want virgins, but the men are looking, because they believe that being a virgin means happy married life. Ladies and gentlemen, character is what keeps a marriage, not virginity. Virginity lasts for a night. Then after virginity is over, what now keeps the marriage? After the first child, would you still be talking about virginity? Even after the first week, after the first night, virginity has gone. So what would now keep the marriage? For those that are saying sexual purity, with your virginity, you are still a sinner. So when you are calling it purity, I don't even understand when you're saying sexual purity. When you use the word purity, purity before who? Before man or before God? I don't understand. So when you keep guilt-tripping people, saying maybe it's because of their past lives, and then you now force somebody like me to go and do a poll. That is, go around and start interviewing people randomly to collect a poll. You won't even believe what the poll has even brought forth. Do you know that more people who did not marry as virgins are happier than people that married? A lot of virgins that saved their virginity, saved it for their abusers. The men they married beat the virginity out of them. So wisdom, I tell you, is what you use to marry. Marry for character. If you're a virgin, God bless you. I will never criticize your restraint. It is a good thing, but don't let people use it as a doctrine for religious purposes. Someone to die to go to heaven because of virgins. Then after the first night in heaven, virginity is over now, Abi. So what now happens? Wondy, after the first night with 72 virgins, or if, there was one, number of virgins.
Yes.
After they have done the whole halabaloo, virginity is gone. So what will keep them in heaven again? If everything is about virginity, listen, that thing is a fallacy. It is not real. Look for a person with character. I don't have time. We have gone this. I didn't know this homosexuality would take this long, ladies and gentlemen. Character is what keeps people in marriage. You are married to the character of a person, not the virginity just expires one day. In fact, 10 minutes. Virginity is gone.
Anyways, Barris, I think you need to hear this. This is Eddie Daniels, and he says, "Good morning, Nigeria Info. I want to ask Barrister, if virginity wasn't an important factor to God, why then was Mary, the mother of Jesus, chosen as a virgin? Her virginity was not just a physical state, it was a symbol of purity, discipline, and trustworthiness. It showed..."
Because of time, it was not a symbol of trustworthiness. It was Joseph that chose Mary. Should I prove it? The angels appeared to Mary, said, "Hail Mary, thou hast been..." Appeared to Elizabeth. The angel appeared to Zachariah, the husband of Elizabeth. No angel appeared to Joseph to tell him who to choose. It was after he found her with child that an angel came to say, "Come, this is not the work of man." The angel still did not say marry her, just explained the situation, that this is not the work of man. So don't think she cheated on you, but this is the hand of God. The rest was left to Joseph to decide who to continue. And the lineage of Christ was not through Mary, it was through Joseph, whoever Joseph were to choose, because you will see the lineage from Adam to Joseph, but you will never see the lineage to Mary. Nobody knew her lineage. Why did she become important? Was because the choice of the Savior would come through Joseph, the lineage of Joseph. So don't say God chose Mary because she was a virgin. It was the lineage of Joseph. If Joseph had chosen somebody else, if it was you, Wondy, 2 million years ago that Joseph chose, you would have been virgin Wondy. And they don't call her Virgin Mary. They call her Mary. There was no way in the Bible that she was referred to as virgin. We are the ones that added that. Her name was Mary. And when people were telling Jesus, your mother, Jesus never called her mother. He said, woman, behold your son. He never called her. So don't say that God chose her because of virginity. What about Rahab, that was a prostitute? Is in the lineage of Joseph. If you check it out, she wasn't even an Israelite. But in the lineage. Why? Because by faith, she married a Jew. She converted to become a Jew. Okay, let's leave that. I don't even want to go into religious people that think that. So, okay, the question is this. Do not accept Christ as your personal Savior. Be a virgin. And let us hope that your righteousness will get you to heaven, because it is the blood of Christ, Abi, that was shed, Abi, that gets us to heaven. So you want to get to heaven by works, where the Bible tells you in Ephesians that by grace we are saved by the blood. You think that your virginity is the blood that will get you to heaven, or that will make you have a happily fulfilled marriage? No, it is not. It is doctrine. Get a good. What about those people that were raped before 18? What about those women that were raped as children, that were defiled? So they grew up into adulthood already defiled as children. What would you call that? They are not virgins now. Is it their fault?
We have to go on a quick break right now. And when we come back, we're still on the topic hobosexualism. I'm going to wear.
And we are back. Before we went on the break, certainly it was an intense conversation we were having.
Well, Wondy.
We were having a very intense conversation.
Wondy, and everybody, listen to me. Virginity is not a bad thing. It is good if you can.
Yes.
It is good if you can. I always respect them. I tried, but I think my own lasted 25 years. But, it was doctrine that they used to kill me on. That the reason my prayers were answered quickly then was because
you are a virgin.
And, it was a lot of things they used. So, it was not funny. But a lot of people are put under this pressure. Virginity is good. I hate sexual immorality. So I'm not a person that will tell you to be going, I can't, from Peter to Paul to just for the pleasure of, no. But don't let people who are not virgins, don't bring them under one doctrine. Don't bring them any doctrine. Marry, go find somebody. If you don't find, be happy. Let nobody make you feel that you are not worth, or maybe Christ did not die for you. Maybe his blood is not enough to wash away sins. Let's go straight to the phone lines for 2 minutes, please.
Well, the mail only line is 0201277093. Tell us what you have to say concerning today's topic. And also share your own experience too. We want to hear from you.
Yeah,
the female only line is 0201 465 7190. 0201 465 7190. Barrister, I want to say something?
Yes, please. I would like people who have had experience with homosexuality or this issue of virginity. Please let them, today is for them. Let us hear from other people, and let's hear. I think I've shared mine.
Yes, you've shared your experience.
What was strong enough to almost destroy a family.
And then the WhatsApp number is 0809 597 5805. 080 5805. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? And you have just 1 minute. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Wondy.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Imabo.
Okay, go on, Imambo.
Barrister, thank you for your teaching. I always love you. I'm
Thank
telling
you very
you.
much, man.
The
Thank
first topic, I'm telling you, this is my first time of hearing it. And one of my friends is into it now. I don't know. In fact, my mind was, I wish I can get that to you. He's not around here, but he's into it. He's suffering now with that man.
The man refused to leave.
Yes, the man gave her a lot of things. At the first time, where I'm saying that Lagos State pulled down the house, that I'm not. I told my friends, how the story, my working place, they sent me away. At last, they say they become husband and wife now. Trouble every day, they will be calling me. I said, I told you before, investigate this thing, that the news is too much.
The excuses.
Tomorrow we will give you another one. So I thank you so much for this teaching. When she called me, I will tell her that this is the name that they gave this type of man.
Hobosexual.
True. Another thing, let me comment on this virginity. Please, this virginity, we should stop this thing. And anybody that is virgin, he profits his or herself. That is what the Bible says. A wise man profits himself. I used to tell my children, if you maintain your virginity, you are profiting yourself. You are not profiting anybody.
Virginity with good character, yeah.
Yeah, so work for your own good character. So don't say that I'm a virgin. So that settles it. You are profiting yourself.
Yes.
So if you are wise, for your own good.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Emabong. And Barrister, before we went on a break, we were talking about someone, a neighbor that you had that was a virgin and her brother was willing to pay.
Yes,
because of her character.
You see, it is character. I said some people are not virgins by choice. It's because nobody will come near them. I think I was in primary 2 that we had this neighbor. She was staying with her older brother. One day they had an argument, and the older brother said, I'm willing to pay any man to marry you, that I will pay the man to marry you because of your character. Nobody has even, and the girl, she was so saucy, we know her for, and no man came, not because she wasn't pretty, but because of her bad character. Her brother actually put a price for any man that will come to marry, and still nobody came. So that one was not a virgin by choice, it was by nature. So my issue here is to tell you that it is character. It is character that keeps a marriage. You marry someone's character, not their tribe, not their religion, but their character. So character is the most important consideration.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning. My name is
Okay, go on, Uche.
Okay, I really want to comment on this homosexuality or something.
Homosexualism, yes.
Yeah. So because I actually have a personal experience towards it. So and the definition of what is being told about it right now is kind of a little bit overwhelming to me. So let me just make it a little bit more briefer. Because actually back then, I think that was in 2016 or 2012. Yeah. Then there was a particular place I was staying then, so I had an issue in that place, so I have to go stay with my sister. So then I was a technician, but I'm very good in programming and coding.
Okay, you have just 30 seconds. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, let me just brief it up a little bit. So actually, to end the whole story short, I later then started dating a particular lady then. So when dating, I should come to my sister's place, and she comes around, and later I started going to her place. You understand? So eventually, because of where she stayed, closer to where my workshop then was, so I started Then eventually, I didn't know how it happened, but I later started staying to a former place and going to the job. So to just cut the whole story short, I ended up getting her pregnant then, and we had a child to the girl. So an issue occurred, and we had an issue. We had a quarrel. She left the child, and she went away and left the child for me, just to punish me for having an issue with her. But we had a quarrel. We had a quarrel then. So after she left, then hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Just try and round up.
10 seconds.
Try and round
10
up.
seconds.
Yeah, so after the whole thing occurred, so the issue then made me stop my work then. But luckily enough, so I think I was a programmer with the software engineer very, very long time. I've been coding all my life. So God made it possible. I had a job from the US then, because I had a company that actually employed me in the US. So I started coding for them, kind of bugging their
And
code.
then you got some money. So your point is that what is it that you became a homosexual?
My God, am I a homosexual for actually staying with them? So when I was working as a food technician then, I did support. So
There was a relationship before you moved in.
Yes.
You guys were dating. You had a job. You were working, and you moved in because of proximity to your job.
Yeah.
That doesn't fit with the definition of a homosexual, sir.
Okay.
You didn't move in because you were homeless. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it.
Okay. When we call, please let's go straight to the point. You have just 1 minute. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning. James Juliet calling from my papa.
Okay, go on, Juliet.
Thank you. I had something like that when I was in school. I met a friend on my way going to school, and he actually wants to know everything about me. I was like, I can't be your friend. Just give me a space. Funny enough, he actually traced me to my house, and because we were from the same school, we became friends. But to cut the long story short, he went one day and said they've locked their gates to their house. That it's calling everybody, nobody available to help him to open the door. I allowed him to pass the night that day. Maybe 2 weeks later, he repeated that thing again. I was like,
he left? Hello, he left and came back 2 weeks later, or he stayed?
He left. He slept that night.
And then?
I allowed him to sleep, to pass over the night. Then he come back like 2 weeks time, that he will be sleeping again. I was like, it can't happen. That night, I can't even sleep. I was just reading, looking for something to do to the following morning when he was sleeping. He did not know. I was like, you can't sleep. This is it. What's your time? I was like, you have a shouting. I was like, I should stop shouting for him now. Oh, by half house, he will go. I just knew. I was looking at him. I was checking my time.
But you know, once bitten, twice shy. What is twice bitten? Is that supposed to be forever shy or insanity? You can't repeat the same thing. That was a mistake you made, though.
I'm coming, sir. Immediately I said the time, it was 10, 11. I started shouting, you have to leave today. He was not begging, I should not allow him to go. I said, no, I was begging him to leave on
You have 30 seconds. You have 30 seconds. Come on, let's round it up.
He actually left at 12 that day.
12 midnight.
I didn't allow him to pass the night. I had to change the law.
You think you shouldn't have allowed him to enter in the first place? Bele, congratulations.
Hello, good morning. What's your name? Oh my God, we lost that one. Hey. Okay, this person says, good morning. A higher school friend once rushed to me in the office claiming that her house caught fire and her family was scattered. She begged to stay with me and my family for 2 weeks. I moved my children out of their room for her. She stayed for over 2 years and refused to leave. During her painfully unfortunate stay, she wouldn't lift a finger to help in the house, physically or financially.
How did she stay for 2 years?
How? She would gaslight me, acting superior to everyone in the house. We finally found an excuse to send her packing. She was so angry, she blackmailed me all over, leaving me streaks of enemies for me. Thank God my home had peace at last. 2 years.
Let's go to
Well, this is Princess from Lekki. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Please, when you call in, reduce the volume of your radio, please.
Good morning, Brother Stolumide.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is John from Barika. This thing happened to someone I know. Like that person during the time of their conversation, the person said, "Who dare offer sugar?" Then he will now reject it. He doesn't know that that person have one kind of sickness in our body. So I don't want to share the whole story here, but you know why those men, quickly notice what is going on? Because they wanted to eat. They will think that after all of this, I will just dump them and pass. And they will forget that those women coming to your place, they may have ulterior motives. The reason why they are
They
there.
have a plan.
So you will not even think the other side of your life. You will just go. I will just eat it. I will just enjoy myself. Who want to stay with this one? This kind of thing.
That's why
Then
they
you forget the
say,
other side of the
"A wolf
side.
they run belly." This.
So thank you so much for your teaching, sir.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much.
So please, I want someone it has happened to. People are saying it happened to somebody I know. You, Gongo, that it happened to. You don't need to tell us your name. Just share it with us, please. Thank you.
Yeah, hello, good morning. What's your name? And where are you calling from? Good morning. Good morning.
Wondy and Barista Olimide, good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Well, if other people have been listening, they can easily know my voice, but let me remain anonymous. It happens to me, like, I have this guy, he's a tricycle rider, we are friends, and I said, okay, that where he used to cut with his friend, that the guy wants to bring in his wife, and he don't know where to go, and me, I was staying alone. I did Good Samaritan. From bringing him in again, he brought his brother, that he said the brother wants to learn walk. You didn't know what baffles me most in their own case. The brother now came in. I will leave the house and go to my business place. Unknowing to me, they will be using some of my things, like my toothbrush. The brother will use my toothbrush, and they will not even tell me. And I will not come back and still use it again.
You have kissed two men, two brothers. You have kissed two brothers.
One day, I got the habit. He now used the toothbrush. I forgot it in the bedroom.
Hey.
That was how the whole Casalada secret gone leak now from there. And not only that, they came into the house again. They brought in bed bug into my room because they were so dirty. They cannot even wash their clothes. They are even expecting me to be washing their clothes again now. Make they play wife role now. Especially when they don't marry now. Help. So
You help somebody. You help somebody. The person brought another person. Sorry.
Brought his brother.
Wait.
He brought bed bug.
Hold on, man. You were cooking for them, Abi? They were eating your food.
Not really.
They were eating your food.
I collect money from the brother now because the brother is a business guy and he's was me. Before I will cook, I'll collect money from him. Then cook for him. Any day he will not give me money, I will not cook. Sometimes I will cook for him, say he will not eat the food, he will wait. So in that area, I know Gora.
So yours was just accommodation and toothbrush. And toothbrush.
So, and again, that's virginity stuff that you have been hammering. Let me stand this as a warning to guys, though. Nowadays, ladies, then they use cream or soap or whatever to do that virginity and reset it again. Though. So let's be careful. Let's not have that mindset of maybe it's a virgin, I must marry. If you want to marry someone, if the character is okay for you, go ahead. Because that virginity, no sure again. Scam, don't deal. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I don't know why. I said it last week, why some men believe. So they go to the village and they start looking for young girls because they want virgins. They believe that virginity would be, and a lot of them are disappointed afterwards. Only if they could share theirs. Let's go ahead.
Well, if you want to, I don't know why nobody's calling the male line, but I think everybody can call the female line, and it's 0201 465 7190. 0201 465 7190.
One more time.
0201 465 7190.
Okay, maybe something is wrong.
Yeah, maybe something is wrong with the mail line. And when you call in, you have just 1 minute. Just try your possible best. Yeah. Hello, good morning. What's your name? And where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning. I'm calling from Ayopo.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I would like to remain anonymous.
Yeah, go on.
Listening to Barrister Olumide this morning just makes me understand what I went through then.
Wow.
I had a friend who had a party then in the late 90s. So I attended her party. Apparently she had 5 different sets of boyfriends, and she put each of her friends in one group, as in to serve one group. So my own group were Muslims, and it was during Ramadan period. So they had eaten and they said they wanted to rest and that they will eat the remaining food early in the morning. It was an overnight party. So this set of people came in at about 1 a.m. And I was like, who are these people? How can they be walking around at this time? So my friend that was supposed to serve them said since I wasn't doing anything, I should help her. In the process of helping her, one of the guys there said, I like you, I'm going to marry you. And I was like, these people that are drinking, you understand, it wasn't the kind of people that I liked or I wanted to be with. So I just overlooked it. Later, after that party, my friend kept on disturbing me that that guy that came with her boyfriend has been asking after me. I said, please, not those kind of people and all that. But when I had accommodation problem, my friend was the first person that suggested, this guy said he wants to marry you. He's ready to marry. Why don't you just move in? And because the problem was I didn't even know how to sort it at that time, I ended up moving there. We only had introduction. I ended up having 5 children for him, and it was hell. It was hell because there was no feelings between us. So there was no love. We were just housemates, more like. And after the first, second, third infidelity, I just switched off my mind, and I was just living there just like a neighbor. But we thank God. I've moved past that now.
Wow. Thank you for sharing. Are you still together?
No, he's late.
Oh, wow. Sorry about that. The 5 children, you are solely responsible?
Yes.
How old is the youngest now?
15.
Wow. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Well done. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
A lot of times, why we share this is so that you hear and learn. It's not for amusement. There's nothing amusing about coming to strip yourself naked in public. Let's go ahead.
Well, this one says, I want to remain anonymous. Good morning, Barrister and Wondy. My experience is this. I had a person I really didn't know stay with me like that. I met him in church. We were both in the choir. He was our keyboardist. One day he visited me and refused to leave. I tried making him to leave, but he refused. Before I knew it, we slept together once. He still refused leaving, telling me he had nowhere to go to. I was inexperienced and naive then. To cut the long story short, the money I was supposed to use to rent a new apartment, he stole it and ran away. And that was when I told his brother, and his brother told me that he was a thief, and that his lifestyle, and that's his lifestyle, stealing from people and running away. That is our own experience. Let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I just from Djibouti.
Okay, go on. Oh, we lost that. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Yeah, so let me be anonymous. Barrister, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so in my case, I accommodated a fellow guy. So how did I accommodate him? He followed me I got an apartment, and then he followed me to the agent, and then he helped me pack in, and then the next day, he told me that his landlord was renovating their house, and they just asked them to be out for about 2 weeks, so that if he can stay with me for 2 weeks. I said, no problem. So he stayed with me 2 weeks, from 2 weeks to 1 month, 2 months, 1 year. The funny thing, I kept asking, what about this your apartment? He said that they are done, that the landlord has evicted everybody, that they can't go back again, they're looking for a place. Okay, so what are you doing? You're not working, I'm feeding you. The funny thing is, he said he does DJ. I know he might be listening, because I've been getting threatening messages from him. He said he does a DJ work. Now, you don't have equipment. You say you borrow equipment from fellow DJs. I feed you. I give you money for transport. But he doesn't need that he's accommodating you. I buy my clothes, vendor select at the Keja along. Then he orders direct from boutique.
With whose money?
That is the mystery. He never has money. So at the end of after 2 years, I told him, "Guy, you need to move. It become an issue that how can I just that we have become brothers." I say, "You know my brother. You are music for
sorry, sir. Thank you, sir. Are you still living together?
I've driven him out. He's been trying to sending me a message that even when I was telling people that I drove him out at the time he needed my help the most, I was like, he told me that he's waiting for me, that one day he will jam me.
You see, let me tell you, all those threatening letters, you can just, messages, you can just go to the police. What area do you stay?
I thought Idimo.
Idimo, just go to the police station. Fantastic guy there. Your DPO is a good guy. Just go and show him this. They will call him, they will invite. By the time you take it up with the police, he will stop. All these people that just... how did he stay 2 years, Oga? It's like you don't have... Hey, you see all of us... Wait, let all of us, our mumu, let us gather together and clap for ourselves. You know, all of us. Because myself, I did there now.
It was after I let him out. That's when I now realized myself. I was like, what was happening for 2 good years?
2 years.
Giving you some money, and yet you were ordering clothes from boutique.
Clap for you, sir. Thank you very much for listening and for calling.
Thank you so much. Well, we have to go on a break. And when we come back, we'll take your questions, we'll take your contributions as well, and read your messages. Don't go nowhere.
Well, you're tuned into the nation's finest 99.3 Nigeria Info, and this is Relationship 360, where we talk everything relationship. So, back to the topic of discussion today, homosexuality. This person says, "Good morning, Barcelona and the sister in the studio. It's been over 3 years now. My wife left with the children. We didn't fight. I have tried everything I could to pacify her, including visiting her family and my family. But she kept giving series of excuses. The marriage certificate is with her. She has refused to file for divorce and is not allowing me access to children despite the responsibility I have for the children's bill. What can I do?" Barrister, what do you have to say about this?
Go to court. You go to court. Very simple. 3 years of doing what? You'd have gone to court. There is... the law is that you cannot deny a father or mother access to the children. And then what kind of environment is she raising them in? You don't just turn yourself to... You have to be involved in the lives of your children. You don't just sit down and say you are sending money with all that you are doing. What else are you doing? How about checking to see if your children are being raised properly? A lot of times they take their children, and by the time we get them, I always say take for medical test. Let them check.
Well, I think he said that the wife isn't giving him access to his children.
So he doesn't know how his children are faring.
So like he's asking what he can do because he has refused to file.
I have told him go to court.
Okay.
And I'm giving him reasons why a father or mother must be involved in the lives of... Don't let anybody just hold on to the children, and you go to court immediately and insist on your rights.
Yes.
Weekends, half of the holidays, all that. And then if you see that when she's keeping the children is not even good enough, the state will take the children and give to you, because the children, anything the law does must be in the best interest of the children, not of the father or mother, of the children. So whichever accommodation or whichever situation is better, the law will tend towards.
Well, this person says, "Good morning, Barrister. I once gave a stranded lady a lift from Ajah to Badari at around 12 a.m. She insisted on passing a night at my place because, according to her, her area is filled with mean-looking tyrants.
And then
This lady started acting funny. Barely 20 minutes we got on the bed. And when I inquired that what is the problem, she said she wants sex. I had to quickly call our compound security guy to help me match her out. Men, self-control is key. Oh.
You deserve a bottle of wine. Some people.
Easy access now. Well, let's go back to the phone lines. The female line is working, the male line is not working. So the female line
everybody should
call in, yes, on the female line. The female line is 0201 465 7190. 0201 465 7190. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. I'm Vicky from Kiri.
Okay, go on, Vicky.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Anna.
I was on the call last week.
What?
I called last week.
Okay.
I ran the
Vicky.
Yeah.
Oh.
Same Vicky, sir.
That dated the.
Yes,
Vicky.
I want to share something, sir.
Go ahead.
This has been happening to me, but I do not allow them to stay with me. Whenever they approach me, and I notice this kind of thing, I just block them.
They approach you to stay, to spend some time in your house.
This kind of stories, yes. So I suspect them because I've gone through betrayals in the past. So I don't permit men staying in my house. For what?
This thing is really horrible. Men looking for women and
they don't have valid answers. So I just do away with them. My sisters are going through the same thing. And I don't want to go through the same thing. It's already a pattern in the family. And I don't want the same thing to repeat itself.
Well done, ma. Thank you very much. They say wisdom is profitable to direct, right? Wisdom is profitable to direct. Yes. So,
thank you so much.
And for virginity, sir, like I said last week, this guy became a gambler afterwards. He started beating me. And his mom, though I stayed with his family because I was walking around that area. That was the mistake I made. I accepted. The mother said, his son has the right to beat me because of the way I'm talking back at him. I just laughed at myself. I was like,
and that's where you were. Thank you.
And yes,
well
so
done.
I had plans.
Yeah, thank you so much.
They sent me out of the house. I forgot to include this last week.
Yeah.
They sent
said,
you.
At this moment, you have to leave. Today.
And thank God for that.
Thank God for that.
Thank God
I
for
got
that.
my new apartment at 11 p.m. Thank God for help us at that moment.
Thank God.
Thank God they sent you.
The guy came back. I was like, no way.
Vicky, you know you've exceeded 1 minute like this.
I walked out my coffee.
Vicky, are you listening to me? Vicky, are you hearing me?
Vicky.
You know you've exceeded 1 minute like this now. You know. I said, you've exceeded 1 minute now. Other people too have to, now.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Vicky.
Thank you so much, Vicky. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.
Okay, so Baris, I think you need to hear this. It says, Baris, it happened to me. The story is tied around the topic of virginity and homosexualism. I was in a relationship with this lady who is my wife today. I left Lagos to visit her during the visit, I invited her to my hotel. I wanted to sleep with her, but she refused. She said she was a virgin and would not do that until marriage. I was angry and cut the relationship. Then I met this other lady shortly after and we started talking. After some time, I took this lady home and one day she slept over. Like joke. The lady moved in subsequently on the excuse that she had issues with her accommodation. Olumide, it was the worst time of my life. Guess what? Something was telling me that there was something that wasn't right about this lady. So randomly, I asked her to come with me for medical tests. When the result came out, she was HIV positive. And we had been sleeping together. My results came out negative, but I was told I had to wait for 6 months for confirmation. It was the longest 6 months of my life. Eventually, I was given a clean bill. I have never mentioned this story to anyone. Only my wife and best friend knows about it. My wife was a virgin and we are married for 20 years now.
Awesome. HIV.
V.
For die.
V.
Hey, Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. It's time for me to round up. Thank you very much. For those that listen, they say wisdom is profitable to direct. The good book also tells you that wisdom is the principal thing. It's not prayers, not fasting, wisdom. Because we serve a God who is referred to as the Father of wisdom, the God of knowledge. It tells you everything he does is first of all wise. So a wise God cannot lead you in a foolish direction. The first thing you should know about any answer you will get from a wise God is that the solution will be that of wisdom. That is why it says, my people are destroyed for what? Lack of wisdom. So ignorance is the greatest enemy of man, not the devil. It is ignorance. Today is the third Saturday of the month, and as usual, every third Saturday is the purple curtain. And today will be the final purple curtain for 2025. Now, for those that do not know, the purple curtain is where my organization partners with the University of Marriage, the Rose of Sharon Glorious Ministry International, to bring you this program where you will get me free of charge from 12 noon today to 3 p.m. I will be there to answer every and any question you have, and those who are living in violence, domestic violence or abuse, or have issues in their relationships or their marriages, or want to learn. It is for everybody, single, married, unmarried, divorced, everybody. It is for you to come and share and learn. So it is at 14 Ogunlano Drive, Surulere, number 14 Ogunlano Drive, Surulere, by 12 noon. Today will be the last purple curtain for the year. Also, those who might want our help, who feel that we may be able to help them, if we can, we would. We all come there. Now, today I would be there with copies of my book. For those who have been asking that, they're not a bit stable, where can we get it? Well, I will be there with the book today, so you can also pick up your copy from the program. We'll be there, and some of my people, so you can pick up the book there. 14 Ogunlano Drive, Surulere, and the purple curtain is from 12 noon to 3 p.m. For those that might want to reach out to me, my phone number is 0909-3214-942. 0909-3214-942. For the last time, 0909-3214-942. For those who also want to support us, you can get across to me through my number. Now, I had told since the 1st of July that those who want to consult with me, it is no longer free. We've been doing that free for 23 years. Now you would have to pay, especially over the phone. There are two ways to consult with me, one by phone or two in person. The fee for the phone charge is cheaper than meeting me in person. Some people, it's really serious and they need to see me in person. So those of you that give people my phone numbers, just call him. So many people do that. They call recklessly anytime, 1 a.m. So I've really had to clip down on that. But if you call, you need my advice, or you want to consult with me on a particular issue, and you that give people my number, please tell them it is not free. It will be a paid consultation. We need to also raise money to survive and to also be able to do what we do. The only free thing we do for victims of domestic violence and abuse and child sexual abuse, when we get into the case, whatever, we do everything for them free. Now, for those online, please follow me on Facebook at Barrister Olumide or Olumide Omoshebi. I have 3 Facebook handles. Barrister Olumide is one, Olumide Omoshebi is the other. The Gnosis Help Initiative is the third. Gnosis is Gnosis. The G is silent. Nurses Help Initiative. Now on TikTok, I'm Olumide Omoshebi. And TikTok, I've had the highest number of almost 90,000 views on some of the videos. Now, the reason I'm asking you to follow is that a lot of this we reduce to reels so that we can share the videos, so that this knowledge that you have free on the radio, others can have it when you share on these different topics, on these different discussions we have. Please follow me and share, view, share. You can also comment if you want, but share, let people see, let people hear. On Facebook, it is Barrister Olumide or Olumide Omoshebi or the Nurses Help Initiative. On TikTok, it is Olumide Omoshebi. Please follow and share. So what do we have? We have how many minutes left?
We have 4 thereabout.
Okay, let's see if we can go back to the phone calls.
Okay, and this person says, good morning, Barrister Olumide. Please, a lady and I had a relationship within 2020. Just chatted me weeks back. Oh, please, a lady I had a relationship with in 2020 just chatted me weeks back, and she has a 4-year-old son for me.
You didn't know?
Apparently he knew, and he insisted that the lady should bring the child to Ogun State, but apparently the lady has been postponing it.
Okay.
And he's asking, what should I do about this? Because
she has brought the child.
She hasn't.
She doesn't have a place she lives.
She stays with her parents.
So why can't you go there?
She has refused to drop the address.
Okay.
And he has asked for the number of her parents, and she has refused to drop that. So he only sent him a picture of the child, and he's saying there's no resemblance from the picture, but the resemblance is from his niece.
Since you cannot get where he is, then maintain your peace. If it is yours, eventually she will reach out to you when she gets into some challenges. I just remembered to give an update on Barrister Mrs. Felicia Temitope Udu. Now we have done, the autopsy was out. I don't even, because the body has also been embalmed. You don't embalm a body that you are going to do autopsy on. I was now told, thanks to the Nigerian Bar Association who paid for the embalmment, I'm now told that we also have to do a toxicology report. And that is what is, because I heard it's about 300 and something thousand naira. And the pathologists say they cannot give us that cause of death until, I didn't know, because autopsy is what I do, but this one they're insisting on the toxicology. Maybe they've seen something, I don't know. But that's where we're at now. I have to go around. It's funny going back to the NBA saying, after paying for that, saying, you remain one, no. I guess we just have to see what we can do to raise that, so that the cause of death, you can't take the matter to court without having that. So the police are waiting for that before they can charge to court. I'm hoping that we'll be able to raise funds to do that, so that the cause of death can be given and then the man charged to court. He's still at the state CID under the graces of the Deputy Commissioner of Police, because this is a very serious crime. And we are there. No family member has come, no friend here, nobody has come. I'm still the person.
You're still the one giving him food.
And it's very amazing that you have somebody, not one person has come to visit, because he must have such good character that nobody wants to identify. So let's go back to
we have like a minute or so left. So we'll just take one phone call. Who would that lucky person be? Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm very lucky though.
Yes, you're lucky and blessed now.
I want to share my own story.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you have 30 seconds. So you have 30 seconds.
I want to share my own story. There was a woman in my area, she introduced a lady to me. So when the lady came, we talked on phone. When she came to my house and she slept over, and we have this thing together. She did not resist when I'm touching her. So when we finished, this guy was crying that I raped her. This one. She was calling people that this one in the middle of the night. I look at it. which kind of wahala be this one? Which thing I put myself onto? I called the person that introduced her to me. See what
has happened?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, that one needs to come from, that one is married. She left her husband's house to come in the midnight and God, what is happening? But you use your leg to go to this person's house now. Did he force you to go to? How did he rape you? She did not send this cash and everything. So I need to beg her. I frustrate that.
Okay, so what happened? What happened now? What now happened?
Sincerely, she later say, I go pay her money, this one. So I need to settle her.
95.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
So I use this bank almost every day. I'm there making transfers, buying airtime and data using my card. Everything. And what do I get? Your transaction was successful. My transaction was successful. But am I successful? Where are the rewards? Is my loyalty not worth more? Move to Kuda and get more.